Hello, hello, and welcome back to Azania. I know it's been a long time since we made any videos, and I'm sorry, and I'll try to make videos a bit more regularly. But that doesn't mean that we haven't done anything, so this is a sand farm thing with a cart, like a wagon that can be dragged by like a strong ox or something. And this is like a storage room of this area. We have like wood because it's a wood farm too, and that is for glass, but I have it on me right now. And sand, and that's for wool, but I have it. And cactus. So this is a little heart house. Very simple. And the farm has to get food, and here we have some sheep. And you may wonder why I need so much lime wool and sand. The sand is for glass, but we have enough of that already. So the only thing left is wool. We are, we're building a theme park here in on our server. With like roller coaster rides and stuff. And one of the attractions is a drop tower, or will be a drop tower since it isn't finished yet, called the Slimer. And it's actually almost done, except that we don't have any slime blocks because this is 1.7. We have taken it back to the last official release. We're not playing Snapchat anymore because we are having issues with it. So yeah. So now we'll try to get back from to spawn, where the theme park is. It is very close to spawn, and yeah, I'll show you what we made. Okay, so we're coming up on the theme park here. So this crazy high tower is the Slimer, and here you can see the house, and this wooden roller coaster is called the Fenrir, after the god wolf thing in Norse mythology. And this is also a drop tower. This was the first drop tower I made, and it's called the Pumpkin. Yeah, but this is 55 meters high, which I made it, and it feels tall. It looks tall. And then I did some research about how tall are these towers in real life, and I wanted to know like how tall are the tallest ones in real life. And turns out that the tallest one in the world is almost 130 meters tall. The drop, not the tower itself. And this, the Slimer, is just a little bit over 130 meters tall. So this height is actually not, it's actually a realistic height for a drop tower. I wanted to do that. I didn't want to just go to the limit and that's it. Now we still have, for one, it's a realistic height, and for two, we have the opportunity to make an even higher one eventually. So Yeah, here we have the Fenrir, and this is the pumpkin. The pumpkin drop of doom, highest drop tower in Azania at 55 meters. It's not gonna be the highest one later when that one is finished, but right now, and when I built this, it was definitely the highest because it was the only one. And this is Fenrir. This the roof of turning like into wolf. Fenrir. And the tongue here, we can walk in. And I think we can take a ride in it. So you step here and move a bit forward and press the button. Stay on the track. Oh shit! Why does this not work? It's working. Oh shit! We have an issue here. I've ridden this like, I don't know, way many times. Like 20, 30 times, and never ever have we had any problems. So I don't understand why it's not working this time. From here we really see the wolf. I think it turned out pretty cool. And we have a maintenance service room thing down here, and with a bedroom too for the workers. And one bed is now at the sand farm, because I didn't bother making a new one because we didn't have any wool. Now of course we have metric shit ton of wool, so it's no problem anymore. Maybe we start big. Yes. Yeah, you can imagine how much wood went into this poster with all this fence, but it was worth it. It looks really cool, I think. Okay, now we're back here. Go out here and set it faster. Okay, so now I'll show you the pumpkin drop of doom. And by the way, the Slimer will be called the Slimer drop of faith, because I think that's more fitting. And the Slimer, which is over twice as tall as this one, have a rail system that goes all the way up, so you don't have to worry about climbing or so. Okay, so you press this button and then you wait. You can see the village we're working on, and there is the spawn. And then you fall. Okay, so I'll show you how it works. It's there's a clock built in with a random trigger thing, so that there is 1 in a 6th chance that it actually drops you every time the timer the clock goes one lap, I should say. And if you press the okay, why do I hold shift? When you activate it, you see this time of the clock, and so that way you know that it's working too. And then after the clock is done, it opens and closes quickly, so that it's closed the next time you come up, and you don't have to worry about there not being anything to stand on. So yeah, I can show the inside here. It is not as complicated as it looks. And so, okay, here we have a clock. You can see with the redstone repeaters, a normal clock. And here's a dropper to a hopper. And this is a wooden sword. In our texture pack it's called a fighting stick instead. And this just shoots things back and forth. We could, no, can't access that from that side, of course. So we have different blocks here, and this counts as only like 1 of 64 because it's not a whole stack, while this counts as a whole stack because you can't put more of on top of each other than 1. So every time the stick goes in, the comparator signal goes 2. The strength is 2. If only the blocks go in, the strength is only 1. And then the signal goes over here and continues here. This is a pulse shortener, which goes back to over here and to the piston, which is the piston which also is powered by the button which is on this block, and the signal goes here. Pulse shortener, which makes this piston move this block back and forth, and so this the signal over that goes here is just to turn off the machine and to reset it, and then the signal also goes on this here. I'll show you on this side because it's easier to see because this one is kind of covered and stuff. Okay, so pulse shortener to make sure that the pulse isn't active like this, not on all the time when the machine is not running. The signal goes through this block, and this repeater picks it up just before the piston races and the signal gets cut off. And this is at a 4-tick delay so that the pistons actually do something, or well, rather the torches, because the torches are a bit slow. So they can't have like a too short of a pulse because they won't react. But if you do it like this, like a short hair and long hair, it works just fine. And that's all. And of course this could be made a lot more compact, but I like to have it easy accessible. By the way, this is one of the pistons that moves up, that's why it's not covered. Easy accessible, easy to do maintenance and change things. If the game gets updated and something needs to be replaced, then you can do that easily without having to worry about destroying half of the machine just to access one part of it. We can do this one more time just to get down. You do get a bit of a noise warning, of an audible warning before it drops you, but I don't think that's a problem. I think that just adds to the suspense of it. So this this cobblestone is just temporary, of course. this is the entry, so you have like zigzag bit here, and the tower here, and yeah, just a normal station. And this is the landing pad, which will be slime blocks. So you will bounce up and down. That's the point of this. That's why it's called the slime. And but yeah, we're 1.8 it isn't out yet, as we had so much problems with the snapshot. We have decided to not play on snapshot anymore. We're gonna wait for the official releases. And yeah, so that's exactly what we're gonna do. And we are really hoping that 1.8 will be out fairly soon. I just heard about something about that Jeb is working on an underwater biome fix thing. I don't know if it's a completely new underwater biome or if it's just like the oceans and stuff, with adding more sea life and special blocks, sea blocks and stuff, and that would be very interesting. I'm not a big fan of water in real life. I'm kind of scared of open and dark water, and for whatever reason, whales terrify me. I have no idea why, but they are the scariest things in the world to me. So I sincerely hope that he doesn't add whales, because I would hate that. But I don't have anything special against any other sea creatures, so I don't mind other than that. So yeah, I don't know if you knew that already about yeah, working on that, but is that all? Are we done? So, yeah. Yeah, I think that's a very... It's about time. To be honest, the game has been out for a while now, and still nothing in the water. That is a bit weird, except the squids. So yeah, I think that's a very welcome update that many people are gonna enjoy. Oh, I forgot below here. Okay. Yeah, and I think it will bring a lot more depth to the oceans, because they are extremely boring. It's like a dead man's land. The only time you're in the ocean is when you want to pass through it to something on the other side, pretty much. Unless you're building something in or on the water, like specifically. But usually you don't really spend very much time in the oceans, so I think it's a very good idea to improve them. And with this, making the ocean come more alive, I'm hoping that maybe he will do the same to like forests and stuff, and adding more smaller animals and stuff like bunnies and birds, and maybe butterflies. I don't know. Just some small animals. Doesn't have to be like very active. They can be very passive and neutral, just like pigs, sheep, and cows. They don't have to do very much. They just have... I think they should be there. And that was the slime, I think. Are we done? I think we're done with the building. We should go sleep though before it will die or something. Okay, and of course I had way too much wool, as always, and too much dye too, too much of everything. So yeah, transparent clouds would be cool too. Yeah, I say yeah a lot because I don't know what to say. It's just with the semi-important stuff, just thing. That's not really important, is it? Like so. And I think we can put away our shares too in the unimportant chest here. We don't really need that either, so okay. So yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think the Slimer turned out pretty nice. It looks really cool. Oh shit, I haven't moved the cobble pillar. Definitely need to do that. Okay. And it have a... This platform is supported by a fence here in this corner because it sticks out over the hill. And yeah. Other things we have planned for here is of course stands with, I don't know, different kinds of foods and stuff. Flaffle definitely have to make a comeback. It's a national course of Azania after all. If you remember it from, if you have watched chapter 1 of Azania. So yeah, that's, we're gonna have that, and we're gonna have PvP games here too. Even if we're only 2 members, we are always open for newcomers though, if anyone is interested, but we don't really have many subscribers, so it's a small thing, of course. But yeah, if you're interested, just oh, I don't know how you can contact us anymore because Google fucked up with YouTube and the comments thing. I don't even understand how it works anymore. But let's say like this, I put a link or a text down in the description telling you how to do it. No, that's not how we're gonna do it. I'm just gonna check how you can contact us, and I'm gonna be right back. Okay, so then it seems that the easiest way would be for you to like comment on our video or send a message, but there is one rule: you have to be 18 or older, and that's the only rule. Yeah, and there's one more thing I thought we would go through. And yeah, this is spawn. We still haven't done anything on it yet. It's a past project. It will definitely be finished. Is it not working? What's up? Oh. Yeah. So this is our small mob farm. Very small. But oh, that wasn't too much at all. Or you might get more. very much more. No. We have two gunpowder here now. Okay, and that one just... Oh, there's three and one. Okay. Whatever. So it's been off all the time. We've been working on the theme park, which is kind of sad. But it's have actually given us a lot of stuff. We have from it so far. I think we got like 5 stacks of each of the drops, plus a little bit of like special things like witch drops and ingots and stuff. Okay, that didn't really help them. So this should be, yeah. So this is how it looks. There are 2 floors of this. This is the top floor and there's one identical floor below. With spawn pads, water streams, and a pressure plate to stop the streams from doing what we don't want them to do. And then nodes here, and there is a way up. The sign, and this the slabs keep spiders from spawning, and yeah, good. It doesn't have very many spawn spots. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 times 2. So 54 spawn locations, which is very small, but it's just we don't need that much things. It's just pointless to have double chest after double chest of rotten flesh. We would mainly need bone and maybe a bit of gunpowder, but we definitely get enough from this thing when it's on, of course. And this is a smelter room that is definitely not finished too, obviously. And we have nothing here. Okay. And this was the chicken farm, which we never finished, and then we decided to tear it down. Then we didn't finish that either, because this was supposed to be our main source of food. However, we can't get it working. We had the exact same built up in the first chapter of Azania, in the season 1 or whatever you want to call it, the old Azania world. It was pretty much identically set up to this 2x2 room with grown-up cows and water, and then we had hoppers and only a 1 high room, so that the babies get pushed in here, and then they grow up and they suffocate and die, and the hoppers pick it up. Unfortunately, it just doesn't work. And that may have been because we was on the snapshot and it was a bit weird. Everything behaved weirdly. All animals behaved weirdly, and also chests just randomly emptied and weird stuff. So yeah, we don't know. We'll look into that eventually. And this tower is so pointless now. days when we have like other high buildings nearby, like the drop towers and stuff, but it's a yeah, we'll of course take it down when we finish the place. Who knows when we'll do that? And then we of course have the little village, which was full of villagers, but all of a sudden they were just dead. So it's not. And now it's the village for a village for the cows. I started out as a standard village that spawns in the game, and this is way from done, but we'll start here. So we have foundations, plans for houses, and one house is done, and the farm is done. And yeah, I'm just gonna check 60 FPS. Why? Oh, I'm recording this one. Do you usually have weird like lag when cutting down trees? I'm guessing it's because the leaves despawning and stuff. But I usually play with around 150 frames, and then when I cut down trees I still have 150 frames, but the game becomes very, very choppy. Just when I cut down the trees, if I walk 10 blocks away and do something else, it's super smooth. Okay, right now it's a bit hacky, but I think that's because I'm recording. Yeah, that's really weird. And I'm trying to play on the... let's see what video settings I have. So yeah, render distance to 16 chunks that you can really see far. I really like that. Other than that, it's just all off, all on, I mean, pretty much. And the brightness is up, because why not? And it's don't want to render that area for whatever reason in the middle. It's weird. Okay, so I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.